Yo.
Yes, sir.
What's up, guys?
Yes.
This DJ will kick the floor in three, two, 1.
On the troll. On the troll.
Yeah, welcome to Mzansi. We're back again. It is that time, and I hope that you are ready. So today I would like, and this is a disclaimer. First, everything we say here is based on the public opinion and is based on what is there in public. And number two, I would like you guys today to listen properly as we go and explain. If you do not understand, raise your hand, because today and tonight, it's about that time.
Yeah.
We might have some problem there and there, and when that happens, you are going to be hearing only what we call a voice because of load shedding.
Yes, we're currently experiencing load shedding on our side.
Yes. I mean,
And
we are
it's interfering with the network.
a lot. So that's why we had to start late. And know that some of you are going to say, "Oh, start late." We do start late because of other things such as that.
It's not nice having a live and then
And
it's
then it's buffering.
And then there's complaints. You know, everything is chilled until that happens, and then you see, wow, people are actually watching. They're like, we can't see.
And welcome. I see that we have 75 people already, which is nice. And I see that the chat is buzzing again. We welcome you.
Hi,
For those
guys.
who are new, this is how we do things here. And this is the case of Senzo Meyiwa that we have been following for many years. If you do not know or you do not have a clue of what is going on, there are videos that should remind you until the end. I'm hoping that everything is in order. It's been a while since we went live. It's been a while. I mean,
Yeah, it's been a while.
and I heard that some people were saying, "Hey, make sure that Emily's mic is really a bit high." I've tried my best. I'll
Okay.
fix it as we continue. But so far, I think you should have it. Mind the reason why you hear me like this, I'm too close to it. That's how I like it. And then Emily moves.
I used to be like this, and people are like, they don't see my face. But I have to, guys. I don't have a choice sometimes.
No, I will set it for you. You can set it for it to be more louder, even if we are far. I will sit down and look at that. Today I didn't have time, but all I did is to increase your sound.
Okay.
Greetings, Lady Z. We see you. You are there. See you, Snentlantla. Emily, people are waiting for this, but I have to say that people need to listen now.
Okay, it's time for us to pay attention.
Every detail.
I know some people are like this part, but this part to me is very important. So I quickly have to go through what happened today in court. Okay.
Please do so.
Judge Ratha Mokgoatlheng is now the new presiding officer over the Senzo Meyiwa trial. So he confirmed that the trial is starting de novo
Yes,
from scratch.
I knew. Starting afresh.
Starting afresh.
Yes.
So Judge Ratha Mokgoatlheng is asked if all the accused, if they have received the charge sheet or indictment, because that's what he first started with. Okay, all the representatives for the accused introduced themselves and who they were representing, and then afterwards he asked if all the accused had received their indictments, their new charge sheets. And Mr. Sipho Ramosepele said that Mr. Sibia, who is accused number 1, had not been served with a new indictment. And he says he was not aware that he didn't receive it because accused number 2, Bongani Ntanzi, received his on Friday while he was in the jail.
Yes.
So Baloyi said that the response he got from the investigating team was that Sibia had been served, and all the accused except for Sibia confirmed to have received their indictments, but they say that the changes on the new indictments as opposed to the indictment served for the trial under Maumela, they are not quite the same.
Yeah.
And Baloyi said that there are minor changes that he did. I remember him mentioning that he changed only the age of the deceased, Senzo Meyiwa, as well as some of the names that he had misspelled of the accused. But Ramosepele stood up and told the court that the times about the events that happened on that night. I couldn't quite quote the entire sentence, but there's a sentence where they mentioned the night of the incident and the breaking in, and there was a date and a time. The specific time I heard was 2000 hours, which is 8 o'clock. Now on the new indictment sheet, that time is no longer there. It's just the date. So Senzo Meyiwa was killed. It changed, and counsel unanimously agreed that the changes in the new indictment were not material.
Yes.
So all of them agreed except for Ramosepele. Okay, I see that, movement. But aren't these minor issues going to cause problems in the long run? That's what I was wondering to myself. That, okay, aren't they going to maybe Baba Pazamise, like make them change certain statements with regards to the witnesses in the long run? But we'll see how it unfolds. And Judge Ratha Mokgoatlheng said that this is a new trial, and in terms of the status, the court must satisfy itself that all accused are served with indictment. Accused number 3 said that his right in terms of section 35 were not explained to him. Now accused number 3 is Mtobisi Prince Mncube, the short one with the big eyes. A light skin one.
Yes,
so Judge
yes.
Mokgoatlheng said that he will quote from the case of Director of Public Prosecutions Transvaal versus Viljoen 2005 1 SACR 505 from SCA, which is the Supreme Court of Appeal, judgment of the full court in Bloemfontein.
Yes.
Where a person was charged with murder, and when he appeared at the magistrate's court, he pleaded guilty to the charge. When the trial commenced in the High Court, he pleaded not guilty. And the CSA, because there was some technical problems regarding the plea, and they made an order that the case should start de novo, because in a new trial, your Section 35 rights have to be read again to you, like he was attempting to do. And he read from another case as well, which was S versus Gumbi. Judge Mokgoatlheng explained that as this trial starts anew, it means all the evidence in the previous trial is nullified.
Okay.
Last Friday, the court, Judge Mokgoatlheng said that the court had an application declaring the previous case in which they are involved to be annuity. So Advocate Mshololo then stood up saying that whatever was interpreted with regards to her client, accused number 5, it wasn't interpreted correctly. Okay, and the interpreter was heard saying Leli Cala belingekho, meaning that the trial was never there or it never existed. And then Mr. Interpreter said that he tried his best to interpret it the way he saw fit. Perhaps Advocate Mshololo can translate it better since she knows the language way better than him. And then the judge said that he understands most languages in South Africa by saying that the trial never existed. He does not think that it was out of context to say that it's an anality. That which was never there is an anality. Although it was never there, now it has been declared it was never there. It's the same as it never happened. So I like how he handled that, guys. I have to be honest, because I remember the times of our previous presiding officer on the Senzo Meyiwa trial. And I know that this would have taken a little bit longer than that. I know that he would have stayed for a good 20 minutes trying to get a proper translation to be repeated maybe about 4 or 5 times to the accused.
So roughly we're talking 30 minutes or so.
But how he handled it, to say that it's not taken out of context per se, it's just that how he put it, it doesn't mean anything different. It means the same thing.
Yes.
Annulled means it's been wiped, it's gone, it's erased, you understand?
Cease to exist.
It ceased to exist. So Judge Ratha Mokgoatlheng said to all the accused, that is why they have to all replead. So they had to plead whether they are guilty or not guilty. They're starting afresh. They have to plead again. So the case starts after you have pleaded. And State Prosecutor Advocate George Baloyi read out the order that nullified the first trial. Now, this was brought on the back of the ill health of Judge Shipiwa Maumela.
Yes.
Baloyi said his colleagues, his learned friends, guys, I'm sorry, let me drink some.
Do drink.
Something isn't
On the troll.
Yeah, let's continue. Baloyi said that him and his colleagues, his learned friends, wanted the matter to stand down tomorrow to iron out a few issues regarding legal aid.
Yes.
And I'm like, hey, Bandla, legal aid, manche, what is happening? Because from what we know in the previous trial, accused 1 up until 5 have been covering their legal costs. There was no mention of legal aid before, except for the time when Advocate Defo said something about handling the case pro bono. Yes. So they also wanted to hold a pre-trial conference as well. So they agreed that they can hold the pre-trial tomorrow morning, and the judge asked why not today. And Baloyi said that today they wanted to sort out the issues of legal representation with legal aid. And I kept asking myself, I don't understand. I mean, legal aid didn't get up, Himanchi. And then the judge said we can't waste a whole morning and afternoon. The judge said he could make an order that because all counsel are there, they must have a pre-trial with Advocate Baloyi and Mr. Sibanda. And Baloyi said that they were all there and the witnesses were also ready. So there's a witness who's on standby. I wonder who it is. So Sipho Ramosipili said that his clients, accused 1 and 2, could not plead today. So Advocate Munisi said the instructions they got from Legal Aid Board of South Africa is that they needed to be cautious to commence with the trial before they complete their processes at their offices. They might approach them to ask to proceed with the case when they're also busy with processing their applications in the interest of time. So I feel like what he was trying to say here is they were trying to avoid working for free. Or something like that. They need to be clear about who's going to pay or cover their legal costs. And Ngumalo also said that there's a form that needed to be filled and signed by the accused that he's representing, who's accused number 4, and he wants to probably be instructed if the application is a success, then he can go for pre-trial conference in an open court. So it looks like they couldn't get started with the pre-trial conference without confirming whether legal aid was going to be assisting them or not. So I was asking myself, also, okay, pre-trial conference, what is that? And then I asked Google, and at the conference, the judge and the lawyers can review the evidence and clarify the issues in dispute. So if a case hasn't been settled, many courts set a time for an issue conference. So the lawyers usually appear at the hearing before a judge without their clients and try to agree on undisputed facts or points of law. So that's what happens at a pre-trial conference. It's sort of like a briefing or a talking and ironing out the stuff that they are having disputes with. So Advocate Zandile Mshololo said that her client also cannot plead today, as her client also needed to sign some documents with legal aid.
Yes.
So judge also asked, what are the legal aid offices? Where are they? I mean, how far are they? Apparently, they are 10 minutes away from the court, is confirmed by Advocate Mshololo. And the judge asked if he could not make an order that Mr. Mjudu should come there instead. So this Mr. Mjudu seems like he was from the legal aid office. So the judge wanted to make an order for them to come to the court instead so that all the processes are done there. And he said this is an exceptional matter, as he is told a lot of time has been dispensed. He is 10 minutes away. He could come to the court and assist everyone with legal assistance. So he suggested that they call Mr. Mjuda as they stay and have a pre-trial conference. The judge asked how long they would need to do the pre-trial conference, and Advocate Mshololo said that they are under the impression that the previous proceedings have been nullified. Now they need to engage the state on the evidence that is going to be presented by the state. Now, when Advocate Mshololo raised this, I started to panic a bit. I'm like, the last time you raised something like this, we had to wait for a whole 2 months. So how long is it going to take for you to go through what you're saying you're going to go through? I was a bit like, Then Mr. Baloyi said that he has not amended the charge sheet because the judge asked, have you changed anything on the charge sheet? And then he asked Baloyi if he had amended the charge sheet. And Baloyi said no. Then the judge asked again, have you acquired new witnesses, sir? And Baloyi said no. So the list of witnesses in the charge sheet, is it going to be the list of witnesses who are going to be led? And Baloyi said, indeed, my lord. So nobody new is coming from planet Mars to come and testify. So yes, no, none of that. So Baloyi said everything is exactly the same. The indictment is the same, except for the time and some of the names. So Advocate Mshololo said, can we take it for granted that the state will still be doing everything the same? If we can be afforded the opportunity to discuss the issues pertaining to the pre-trial conference. So Advocate Mshololo really wants to go through everything before the trial starts. Okay, so now I read somewhere, on Zimoja, and I also found on Silindelo Masigane, her reporting on ENCA, where she said that the court heard that the state could be paying for the defense of the accused, since it's not their problem that the trial is starting over. So the form that needs to be completed from legal aid is for legal aid to fund the legal fees of the accused moving forward, because the trial is starting afresh. So I don't know what this exactly means.
Okay.
I was shooketh because the state now funding the defense for the accused, and the form that's going to be filled from legal aid is for legal aid to fund the legal fees of the accused moving forward, because so they are paying the legal fees of accused 1 to 5, since the trial is starting afresh, and it's not exactly their fault that the trial is starting afresh. I'm gonna take it like that, even though I'm not sure.
Okay.
So for that, I will need like a lawyer who's in the process to kind of explain to us what is happening, because I wouldn't trust the state to pay my legal fee. In that position, in my opinion, I would feel like, what's the catch? But then I guess it's different strokes for different folks. And also another exclusive that I heard was that Advocate Tifo was in court and that he visited accused 1 and 2. This exclusive is also coming from Slima Sigani. Sibisi and Tanzi were visited by Advocate Tifo, and what she's alleging is that she heard from the source that Advocate Tifo tried to get them to appoint a new lawyer as their representative, and she was told that Sibisi and Tanzi refused. That's accused 1 and 2. They refused for the new lawyer that was being proposed. So all of that is very interesting information with regards to this whole legal aid and finances thing. But the judge also said, okay, it's fine. The pre-trial conference will start today. So the court postponed the matter to tomorrow at 10 a.m. on the assumption that the pretrial conference shall have been held. He'll make arrangements for Mr. Mjudu to come to court. And Advocate Baloyi brought up the live broadcast of the audio recording of the witnesses up until this point, but there was not a live broadcast of the visuals or images. So likely to protect the witnesses is for the safety and security of the witnesses, he said. This was confirmed. It was a ruling by Judge Maumela in the previous proceedings when the state requested a limitation on the audio or visual recording of the fifth witness who objected to the live broadcast. They have reached an agreement with the members of the media as well as the defense that the status quo can continue to obtain. And then Judge Mokgoatlheng was like, there is no status quo. We said we are starting afresh. There's no status quo. I laughed so hard. I'm like, yo, Advocate Baloyi will not let this thing go. We're starting afresh, right? The application of the media. Does it hold water, honestly speaking, now? Because we're starting afresh. Does it?
No, it doesn't.
So why is he forcing it in? And what I mean is that the audio live broadcast can continue. That's what Advocate Baloyi said. And then the judge said the directive given by his predecessor, which is Judge Chipua Maumela, you want it to be made retrospectively applicable in this matter. And then Advocate Baloyi said it related to only one witness, but we have no problem in the proceedings continue to be carried live as far as audio is concerned. Now that was smart. We don't push it. Audio is fine for now. We accepted it. Yeah. So judge said, okay, fine. And the matter was postponed to tomorrow at 10 a.m. And the judge also asked Mr. Baloyi if there was any aspect that must be placed on record. And he asked if the accused are on bail or their bail situation. What is the situation there? And Advocate Baloyi said the accused are in custody at various detention centers. The state will request that they be postponed in custody. He gave where each accused was detained. And then Judge Ratha Mokgoatlheng said, in the spirit of the new proceedings, that they are advised that they have the right to apply for bail. What happened in the past is the past. So if any one of them wants to do that, the court cannot, however, entertain it or the bail application because it's seized with the trial. So arrangements have to be made for another judge to hear the bail application. So Ubongani Ntanzi can try his luck again if he can and apply for bail.
Yeah.
The option is open now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I see Butele is down there. From the comment side, but before I start even saying any of my 2 cents, can we have the likes being pushed here? I see we have 333 people watching live. Thank you, but can we have the likes, because I only see 73 likes so far. And thank you for those who have liked. Can we have the others follow so that we can start and have the arguments as much as we can? Maybe even if it allows, then have the lines open, and that is only dependent on you guys, because what we do it for you. So can we have the likes and being pushed, guys? If you forgot to like, please like.
Please go and hit that like
So we'll
button.
give you that time of liking.
It's for free.
It's for free, just so you're supporting the channel in that manner. Others might think of just blessing us with whatever they have. That's good, and we take that also. We are happy. We have seen many people doing that, and the members, those who would like to join the membership, we also are taking that. I see that we are on 100 now, 338, we are on 100. Can we continue liking? And I will stop if I feel that we are not where we're supposed to be. So,
Okay.
Emily, this case, I'm going to start with this case.
Okay.
This case today taught people a few things, and I don't know if they noticed a few things.
Okay.
One is that this case it has depth. When I say it has depth, I mean there are things that are not shown by the state.
Like what?
Like the issue of gold tooth.
Okay.
That was not shown from the beginning.
Okay.
But now it comes up. It's not something new. Perhaps it's something that exists. Perhaps it's something that is there. The fact that they could bring it like that. I know many people would think that, oh, now they have added something. No, it is there. Now that begs the question: if Ramusipedi is asking a question, or if Ramusipedi sees it as a change, that begs the question as to what does Ramusipedi has then that Baloyi has, but Ramusipedi doesn't have. So that's a question that you should be looking at. And for some weird reason, perhaps it was fruitful for the state not to include it from the beginning at a time. But due to change of things and starting de novo, which means you can add whatever that is there on the case, you can add new evidence. You are allowed to do that. It's a new case. Even what was said previously by the people who were testifying, it's gonna be ignored. Even if you say today, I saw this man doing 1, 2, 3, and then you come now and say, no, I didn't see anyone. You are allowed.
So what we should expect is changing of stories.
Yes, that was a test. Number 2 is that being done the way it was done. Even the issue of time now,
Yes.
after we've deliberated so much with the issue of time, it has now been seen as something not of material. It is now not important.
It's
You know what I thought when I heard it? I was like, then that's a point probably initially that didn't make them look good, perhaps. Why include it if you cannot defend it?
But it seemed like the only person concerned was the judge about the time issue.
Yes.
I didn't get that from Advocate Msholola. I didn't get that from the rest of the council. I didn't get it from Advocate Baloyi.
From what I'm seeing is the Msholola has the same information as Baloyi because he was there when Tifo was there.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing.
Okay.
But am I seeing that helping others, those who are new, who came in and caught in with the case as it goes? No. Because they are now going to be raising these small issues that you should not be expecting Mshololo to support them because it's not something new to her.
Okay.
So if they are going to rely on Mshololo, they are in for a ride because I don't know how this game plays when it comes to law, but it seems as if whoever has got it, it's his luck. Who doesn't have it, whether we are playing or doing the same thing, doesn't matter. If it makes me look good, makes me shine, why would I give it to you? That's how the law, I guess, it works. That's how I feel it works. It's egos. The primary goal, though, should be that we make sure that we exonerate people that do not have or that did not do anything wrong. If that is the case, then we should be helping each other. But if that is not the case, if also our shining is important as lawyers, then good for us. Good for you who's got information, more information, more depth, who can play around with whatever that you want to play with.
Information that you're given.
Yes.
And I was very concerned. I'm like, where did the 2,000 hours go?
Because it is something that was not defendable. The reason why we hammered on it initially, because there were many loopholes there. So
they just
as a
removed
person
it.
who gets a second chance of life, why would you include something like that?
And it's on record that he said he didn't change anything.
Exactly.
But
there are things that
there are
have been
things
added.
that have been changed in Ramosipilili.
Such as a description, which is much more important because you are describing a person. Now we are even putting more. If you said the person didn't have one eye, and then now you're coming back and say the person has an eye, a second eye. So now we have two. We have a person that has two eyes. The sketch then should not, which is going to disturb evidence basically.
And Ramosipilili is the one who actually said that accused one is actually the one who pointed it out.
Yes.
That this has been amended and this has been changed.
Yes.
And I found that very interesting.
So number two, I'm not gonna be today. I'm not gonna be your favorite guys. Please, let's have them likes. Let's have these likes. I see that we are 100 and something.
You know it's about to go down, right?
375. Today, I'm not gonna be so nice and friendly to some of your advocates and your attorneys. The question number two that I want us to look at is initially, if you remember very well, this case was taken pro bono. No, initially this case was
pro bono.
No, it was not pro bono. It was a state case.
Oh, it was.
It was through legal aid. So
yes.
D4 came in, and then it became pro bono case,
yes.
which saved money for the states,
Yes.
and our tax money was saved, right?
Yes.
And then we started seeing many people coming into this case, which was a big case. As a lawyer, I would like to be part of this. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. If you have any chance of being part of this, you definitely take this chance because it's a big stage. That's where you showcase yourself.
Yes.
But what happened along the process, a person who initiated the process of seeking for justice for the accused, as they would say, for Senzo, before the accused, that person initially was thrown out. We all know what happened, and D4 and
The previous presiding officer.
and then with that person, though, we had a bit of revealing of what we did not know about this case. Hence, I'm saying that Mshololo might have benefited from that because more information was revealed through D4. Now, another thing that we might have to look at now is that since this case is starting afresh, there was an agreement to include a bit of CAS 375. That might be taken away depending on what the agreement is, which changes the complexion of the case itself.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying, it's new evidence, it's everything new, right? We're starting afresh. Remember the arguments that happened for this CAS 375 to come in. It had to be approved by Mr. Afro.
Yes.
Does it still stand?
No, honestly.
We are starting afresh. Okay. Let us have the likes. Keep the likes coming. Thank you very much for those who are helping us with the likes. 379. We are on 100 and something. Can we reach that 200, 300, and even 400 if it's possible? Now, let us come to the issue of these attorneys. The reason why I brought them is why did they come here, right?
Right.
Why did they come here? Was it because they wanted to see justice done to this case? And I would assume yes, because they are representatives of law. Yes. They are people who uphold the law itself.
Mm-hmm. And
they are agents of the law. Yes.
Well, so far.
So now we are being told that we are going back to something that seems like a state being in charge again of this, or helping these defending lawyers to pay. And it might come as because it's not our fault. But let us take, for example, Sholol. I would assume, this is my assumption, don't quote me on this one because I don't think I have figures. Mshololo could be on 23,000 a day. That's my assumption.
Estimation.
Estimation, and I'm assuming.
Okay.
and then based on seniority and whatnot.
She's
And then the
experienced.
other advocate is it Spear? Is it who Nis?
Yes.
Maybe around 1915, right?
He's also very well experienced.
Yes, 19
He's
or
been
even 20,
practicing for a
23
very long
also.
time,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, based on that.
And
then
obviously, Ramosipedi, you
Ramos
can see.
Ipedi, where we can put him around 10 a day.
Ngumalo.
Malo, we can put him, Ramos Ipedi, because of experience, also 10, 12.
I would say even 23.
No, remember that we are going according to levels. There's an advocate
he's
and there's an attorney.
It's an attorney. He's
Yes.
still an attorney. Okay.
Yeah, so we around that much, right? And then
Advocate
Ngumalo put him around 19. Let us have an estimation of what the state can be willing to pay for legal aid. It's around what, 5,000?
Yeah.
Now, drive with me. I want you to drive with me. Please like the video and share it wherever you can share it. Thank you. 396 people are here. So, per person, they can say, we can only give you 5,000. Now,
Okay.
if they come to that conclusion, what happens then?
The accused will have to put in the balance.
Or the lawyers would have to drop the case. Because
If
remember,
the
they are not
defense
doing it
can-
pro bono.
They're not
Right?
doing it pro bono, yes.
Yes. So, what did I see today?
What did you see, Mr. Anonymous?
On the troll.
What did you see?
Let us have the likes, guys. Please, we beg you with your likes.
We are begging for likes. I'm back to begging again. Mzansi Reality Family likes me to beg them for likes. They enjoy it at this point.
And we will do so because
And
it's
we will
important.
beg.
We will beg.
We will beg.
Why is it
we will do
important
it.
for you guys to like it, the video? It's because even if you guys are done watching it, the YouTube will suggest it to others
people who missed it
based
or people who
on
couldn't
the
watch it.
attraction that it got from you guys. And you guys are the first people here. Hence, we request if you haven't pressed that like button or even subscribe, please do so.
Please,
We have even
guys.
forgotten about reminding you to subscribe. Please subscribe. I mean, it would
Please
be nice to have.
subscribe if you're not subscribed and
That
you
is
are a
if you
regular
like.
watch,
That is if you
huh?
like our production, and then also like the video.
We are begging for likes. Hit that like button, okay? Hit it. It's free. Doesn't cost a thing.
Yeah. So, Emily, then I foresee this case having problems. And for the first time, I'm going to say not because of a judge. The judge is here to do the work, and the judge is a no-nonsense judge.
Yes, willing and able.
But knowing or having heard, seen people around the law environment, how they work, they normally do not like such. You know, there's always going to be that resistance. So this could be one way of that resistance. That's my thinking, and I'm not saying that that is the case.
So they don't like working with legal aid.
No, maybe they don't like working with the judge also.
Oh.
This is a judge that has seemingly I see him as a person who does not take sides. He's for the law. He's here to do the job and get out.
Because I don't know if I'm correct to say this, but when he corrected that language interpretation thingy, I saw a glimpse of Advocate Mjololo and she did not look happy.
I have been saying that well, maybe Mr. Afro was too nice to Mjololo.
Yeah, she
Now
was.
we are seeing the real court in terms of it's all about the people. The man did not wanna call these people accused.
Yes.
He wanted to call them clients.
Yes.
You know,
And
that's
refer to them by their
number
names.
one. That is screaming a fairness. You know, that is
Yes.
someone who sees them as people who are not guilty. You know, he still has to listen first. So that princess, as Nenhlanhla is alluding, that princess treatment, as it is alleged on the street, that is princess, it's gone. It is gone. Now,
every time Advocate Musharara would rise and he was like, smile a bit. You know?
So it's gone. So now, to what else can frustrate the judge more than the case being disturbed by these small things such as
Legal
finances,
applications.
that we still might be hearing a lot of issues with legal aid not willing to fork that money.
All of it.
You
the
know,
entire bill.
We might still have that fight. That tomorrow we might think that tomorrow is going to be a usual day. But there might be problems.
Again.
Yes.
Because I was wondering why they're hammering on this legal aid issue. Legal aid. I'm asking myself that question.
What I saw today is what we were treated with for many days under Mr. Afro. Time wastage, which was reprimanded right away. We are not going to waste time in trying to fit the nitty-gritties that should be behind the scenes.
Yes.
We are going to deal with these things as swiftly as we can and as quick as we can. And we did warn people that after doing our research, this judge is not
No nonsense.
is a no-nonsense type of judge.
He's like this.
Straightforward. Give me law, I shall interpret it the way it is, as correct as I could. You can never be correct, but I will try my level best. And that's what this guy is doing.
Yes.
And that's not a judge that will be liked by many.
By lawyers. I don't think they're gonna like him much, because some people were even complaining. They're like, he's coming with a there's someone who commented, he's coming with a bossy attitude, he's bossy or whatever. And I'm like, this attitude of saying I'm in charge. Well, he is in charge. Why do they call him my lord? Why do they call him my lord? He is in charge.
I hear you, Keta Mabas, saying that as for the legal aid issue, I think Guy, they have right for legal years. They might look at the cost, but it provided for the accused, I do not think there will be much problems. My opinion. You are right. We could be treated for a nice, smooth movement, but if that is the case, and if that is what they were thinking, these lawyers, why did they not want to put their clients to go ahead with the process
without confirming?
If they were that confident that this is going to stand.
All very much unwilling to start with the proceedings without getting any clarity.
Yeah. So now I know that the sound is going through. So basically, on my side, I think that we're still going to have a problem. I know that many people might be happy. The judge is indeed the right person that we wanted all along. That though comes with a lot of problems, and we must accept that it is going to come with problems. But that being said, we still might.
Then what are the chances that they're going to pay all of these 20K per day?
Now, this is where we should be banging our heads against the walls and asking ourselves these questions. Basically, that is it from my side that I wanted to raise.
Guys, the number is still the same. It's scrolling down below on the screen. You can use it. You can tell us what you thought about our new presiding officer, Judge Ratha Mokgoatlheng. You can tell us what you think about this legal aid issue. Do you foresee it also creating even more problems in the long run? Because already I wasn't expecting this start. It was rather...
too fast. The judge is ready to hit the ground and run.
But
which begs few questions. I mean, who gave us this judge? And whoever did that person wants to see this case done and dusted.
yes,
I can tell you that.
yes, most definitely.
But is this judge gonna get the courtesy of being welcome with both hands if that is the case? Depending on where this case was supposed to be, perhaps he is, or there might be a bit of resistance. And now, I've heard many of you praising certain people and whatnot, and I've remained and said, I'm not convinced by certain behaviors in this country, and I'm still not convinced. It's my opinion.
I think I know you're talking about.
I'm not convinced. The day I'm convinced, I will tell you, now I'm convinced. But I'm not convinced. I mean, if you are not afraid of time of asking for 2 months or so, I'm not going to be convinced about you.
That shocked me, and it's like we need more time to go through the indictment. I'm like, but they're saying nothing has changed. They're saying, okay.
There's always that we're gonna need more time. We're gonna need more time. We're gonna need more time, and that is not something that I'm happy about for myself. I'm not happy about those things, and that doesn't seem like the interest of the case itself is at heart.
The last time she was given two months to go through docket 375. Okay, I still haven't forgotten about that. That was a long time to go through that docket.
Just
and
to give an answer to Snindlandla without giving an answer, saying that there might be miscommunication. You see, the problem with occupying higher offices, sometimes you can speak without speaking.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Not really.
So I can come out and say Emily said 1, 2, 3. Mm-hmm. But did you say it? Is there proof or written proof that you have said that?
No.
Exactly.
Like they were doing with the Dr. Nandipa
So
situation.
what was said at that office by the so-called Chief Justice, it remains to be seen, because there's no, we've never been furnished with letter saying that. It was a word of mouth.
Yes.
And anyone can come out.
Reporter.
Yes, anyone can come out and say, yeah, this is what I'm saying. But in my thinking now, looking back and seeing the result that we were told about, that this judge is coming and is going to preside over this case, I would say maybe he didn't say that. Maybe he didn't say anything.
Perhaps he didn't say anything, eh?
But people who have interest in this case, people who want to see certain
A
results,
certain narrative.
yeah, they will paint it the way they want to paint it. Media is for that. Media is for painting
It's a
certain
tool.
narrative. Whoever owns the media owns the world
The narrative.
and the narrative itself.
Good point.
So that's my thinking. So today it was not for certain people, perhaps it was not smooth, nice going. Hey, we are happy. I am happy about the judge. I'm 100% happy about the judge. Would I have asked for this judge initially? Yes.
I wish we would have started with
But
him.
are we going to get the same results now? Are we going to get the same cooperation because this judge comes this way?
I think also I would be worried if the state is paying for my legal representation. Like me personally, I would not be comfortable with that. In my opinion,
that takes you back as to why
I wouldn't.
Why would someone of DIFO for faith making money and say, I'm taking this one pro bono? some might argue that, okay, maybe there was going to be a reward towards the end when you go back and maybe
Sue
sue the
state.
states and whatnot. But perhaps the very same reason why he took it pro bono is because he does not want to rely to people that he is against in the very same court. Maybe that's my thinking. Because why would you want to rely on
I'm
me
not
to
taking
pay
it.
for losing the
You are
case?
saying
Because
I'm guilty.
because
And,
look,
and I must take it. No.
because look at it this way: if the states lose this case, and then these 5 accused are exonerated, they are out. They come back and sue the states, and the state was paying for the lawyers that to help them win the case. Think about it. Why are people complaining that legal aid people always say plead guilty?
Because they don't want to waste time and effort.
It's
and
not even
energy.
about
It's
time. It's not
draining.
even about time. Sometimes it's because of the damage that has been done on the case, done to you. So now you come back and sue. Let's say you win through the state's lawyers, and then from there you dump them, you come back with a new lawyer, you sue. There are always lawyers outside here who are ready to say, okay, fine, let's
such
sue.
battles.
Let us sue. I'll get 15% of that we win. Because they see the case is going to maybe go to their direction.
Yes, and they will take it. Okay, they will take it. Anything to sue this. This is
An example is the rough money.
Profitable.
Yeah, the rough money, the road accident fund.
Exactly.
Most lawyers do that.
Yeah, they do that. It's money. Like it's money
You
from
come
the state.
you come with no money, and then they say, okay, fine, let us claim. After claiming, I need this
I
much.
need this much from
We even covered a certain case where some lawyer was alleged to be taking more than that, 90 something
enough.
percent. Yes.
more than what they agreed on. So yeah,
All right.
it happens. Guys.
Before we buffer
Nah,
again,
I wouldn't trust.
let's give you a chance. The number is scrolling below. Let's hear what you thought.
Okay, I've got my headsets on.
Let
I
us
need
hear.
you guys to call in and share your opinions. I need you, Ugutin Bodle. I want to hear what you guys are thinking about what happened today. So let me know. You can use the number that's scrolling down below on the screen. We have a WhatsApp number, and we also have a phone number. And on top of that, if you're an international caller, +27 is the code that you use. Replace the 0 at the beginning with +27, and then continue with the rest of the numbers. The number will definitely go through.
While we at that, please like the video and subscribe. People, 395. If you were not disturbed by buffering of load shedding and whatnot, probably be even higher than this. But
Please like the video,
let us
guys.
be happy with what we have right now.
Let's appreciate what we've got. We are making it work. With as much limited resources as we may have, we're making it work, okay? So guys, please, all you have to do is press that like button. Press that like button, and that's all you have to do. We're not begging you for money. We could beg you for money, but we don't want to do that. That's not what we do over here. We don't do that. We'd rather beg you for your like. Press that like button so that the video gets recommended to other people who may have missed the live and are subscribed, or other people who are interested in this case just like we are. So please hit that like button.
Look,
it's free, doesn't cost a
Look,
thing.
Farai, James Sozandi has to cry again. Right now, there is no winner in this case right now. I think what has happened, just what we came from today. So far, there's no winner. I'm saying that let us wait and see what tomorrow happens.
Yeah.
First, and two, let us wait and see if some evidence from 375 is still going to be included.
Yeah, that still needs to be discussed.
Because that would change the whole
That
complexion of the
application
case.
still needs to be
If
made.
this case was to say we're scrapping that, we are going to use what was gathered in this.
636.
Exactly.
Angifuni ukungasho. Kodwa
And based on what the feeling that I have, the interested heart that I have not seen being portrayed by for me, the people that are there, that are representing these accused, for me, I'm still holding my breath for the whole week, maybe, and until this week
Maybe
finishes.
we'll probably settle by next week.
Yes.
Hi, sizobona khona, guys. We'll see.
So we
We'll
have
see
a
what
WhatsApp
happens.
number, guys, for those who would like to call. We have a normal cell phone number for those who would like to call and have their views. I think for now, internet is forgiving us, it's allowing us to have this conversation. If you want to have your view and you want to be heard, you can call us so that you can hear what you thought. What is your
The lines are
thinking?
now open. The lines are now open, so you can share.
Thank you,
your
Patrick,
opinion.
for pressing that like button. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it so much. Thanks. You're a star.
So that is it, Emily, from me today. That's what I saw.
That's it from me as well. I will wait for tomorrow to see what happens and what further unravels. We're starting from scratch, so I'm holding my breath every step of the way. But I will say, I would not trust the state to pay for my legal fees when they say I'm guilty. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but what do you do? If indeed it is true that Tifo went to these people and asked them that, hey, guys, find a new lawyer, and then they refused because they feel that they are still covered, well,
Are they sorry?
they will have to sell the cows if they have cows.
And sell their
yeah.
houses. And sell everything
That's another
left.
thing. You need to think deep when you are in this case as an accused. You need to think deep. You need to start thinking like we're thinking. You know, what is there for me? What is there for the
So
law?
I see a lot of people are painting it as a bad thing that advocate therefore is annoying, advocate therefore what. But they are making it sound like it's a bad thing for him to have
You see,
suggested that to
what-
accused 1 and 2.
Mzansi Reality, hello.
Hi guys,
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. It's Sandeka from Musgrave.
Yes.
I'm saying, well, I'm so happy for the new judge.
Mm,
Seems like the Kumalos, they're not even standing a chance.
mm.
Yes, I'm so happy. Also, I'm happy to see Kumalo and Missy. Those are my guys. They're very good.
They are very good.
Yeah, they're very good. They're very good. As for the witnesses, they were in the house. I'm sure they're shaking right now because they see that.
Sorry, can you repeat
Well,
that?
thank you so much thanks for the show. I always check it on YouTube.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
very
guys.
much. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Bye.
We have an icebreaker there. Someone has called, nothing has happened. If you want to say your name, you say your name. If you don't want to, we accept that too, because we are all about your privacy being important. If you want
To protect it, but if not, we also don't mind. You can
don't
share
mind.
your name.
Don't mind.
You can share what you do. Okay, we don't mind. Also, giving you the platform to do that. But I find that with this kind of case, how we started and how we began, honey, it was best to just stay anonymous, honey. Even now.
No, there's nothing wrong with showing if I mean you're not. There's no controversial thing that you're gonna say.
No, I remember the actual tenseness. The reason why we took this approach instead at the beginning, when we first started covering the case at the beginning, it was very tense.
Yeah, no, people
The
are
battle
free. The
lines
same
were
way
drawn.
as you go on to radio, you are free to say or not say your name. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. So we have an icebreaker. Someone has called, and thank you for following us. Again, thank you for liking the video.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for being with us.
And
400
thank you
people.
for your interaction.
Sizwe Mgaga. Guys, what will happen if the judge gets sick again? Please help with the knowledge. Well, we do have to think about that, but I think during looking at this judge, he won't get that much sick, if you get me. Even if he gets sick, it's just be flu and then we'll come back.
How sure are you of that? Are you sure?
I judge based on the interested hearts.
Because I saw on the live chat, some people were worried about.
No, I'm not even going to entertain that. I'm not, because I don't know what this man is going through. For me to say, maybe that's how the man is.
Perhaps.
I
But
mean,
he
why
is
would he?
sober-minded.
Why
The
would
one
he
thing I
come
could
to the case if he was sick?
One thing I can say that he's sober-minded. I actually saw it. He's sharp. In fact, he would, the way some people even interpreted it for being rude or whatever, he has that thing of knowing what you're going to say and answering you before you finish saying what you're...
Which is not, that is not correct. That is not right. If you do that, then you will be interpreted in a wrong way in the court of law. And I think what he was trying to do there, it's not to see the thing before it happens. What he was trying to do is to say, cut the unnecessary things.
Okay.
Like, let's have a break, let's have, those things. Cut those things. I am in charge. I will let you know once we need to go to a break, according to my schedule, because I need to finish the case. That could be misinterpreted from the fact that we were having the situation, oh, my Lord, I think it would be the right time to take a break now. You see, people are different. People are different. Others.
Let's clap for Advocate Baloyi today. Didn't ask for tea break. He always knows that time. Round of applause.
Yes. We appreciate it. We appreciate that. Mzansi, hello.
Which is not, that is not
Mzansi, hello.
That is not right. If you do that,
Mzansi, hello. Can you reduce the volume?
Hello.
Hey, how are you? Hello, how are you?
I'm good, Mr. Arunumas. How are you?
Good. You can shoot. We can hear you.
Yeah. Am I live?
You are live.
You are live.
Yeah. No. What I wanted. Hi, Emily.
Hi.
What I wanted to know is it now concluded that the new judge? Sorry guys, I didn't introduce myself. It's Mhlakanipo.
Yes.
What I wanted to know is it concluded that this new judge will be the one who is going forward? So there's not a chance that Mr. Afro is coming back. Like I remember you had a podcast, I think the one before this or two before this one, saying that he still needs to conclude all his other cases.
Yes.
No. Based on the fact that we are starting de novo anew, yes.
Yes, he's
because if
the
he comes back,
official.
we will have to start afresh again.
So Judge Maumela is officially off the Senzo Meyiwa case.
Yes.
Okay then.
Yes. Is it clear?
Is it clear?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that is clear. That's clear.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. I really enjoy your show too much.
Thank you.
Thank you for the
Thank you.
support. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, cool. Let's take the next caller. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good.
Yeah, the thing of the lawyers getting paid by the state,
Yes.
it's what's called conflict of interest.
Mm.
It's a huge conflict of interest, and I was also very shocked that the state is paying their own competitors. And I believe that these guys need to listen to Therefore. I bumped into Therefore last week, I think 2 weeks back.
Mm.
I won't say where. It's just, where we buy food. And, even when he was walking around the aisle, he looked very scared. He's a very scared person. I don't want to lie to you. He's a very scared person. And it's like even in the queue, like I literally, and I don't know how it happened, but I was just behind him in the queue, but he was just looking around. He just couldn't, and the people are surrounded, whatever. When he left the shop, he ran into a car. But that guy knows a lot of things about this case that are a huge threat to his life. But having lawyers being paid by the state is a huge conflict of interest, and these guys should get new legal counsel.
Yep, here we go. Here we go. Yes.
Yo, guys, let's pray for Advocate Defoe. This is scary.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, guys, for the likes. Thank you for calling. Anyone is allowed to call. Even if you have WhatsApp data, you can just call using that. All you need to do is switch the radio, because we are definitely going to take your switch on the switch off the sound. We're definitely going to take your call, because we are waiting. Today we don't have buzzing. I think it's because people are still digesting the fact that we are the new process, and things are new, and what we've just said.
Hey.
Yeah, guys. 411. Yeah, Emil, say what you say.
Mina, I am done for the day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I am wrapping it here. I am. And when I usually laugh like this, it means I'm getting very uncomfortable. So I don't know what to say. I have no words. And I can only hope that this time around, the case does move. But from what I saw today, also, I'm a bit skeptical. But we will see. You
were not expecting what did you just
No,
discuss?
I wasn't.
Okay.
I was trying to keep my hope high, but to see the whole the judge is willing. The judge is ready. The judge is like, go.
Mzansi Reality Hero.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Yes, sir.
Am I live or?
You are definitely live.
You're
You see, you
live.
caught us at the right time.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, man, guys. In this case, I actually always follow you.
Yes.
Okay, I haven't even introduced myself.
Yeah.
But I'll keep myself anonymous.
Okay.
I've been following this case.
Yes.
But the way I see it, it's gonna become more interesting. But I'm a bit worried in terms of these lawyers. The moment I heard that they getting paid by legal aid, it started to hint something else. Because now it's like you have a state fighting the state. So now you're now starting to look at the thing. Well, the judge is good, 100% correct. The judge is perfect. But if you look at the lawyers, now you look at the lawyers, it's like the state is fighting the state. Someone will try to prove, they will try and prove a point to each other. The lawyer and the advocate of the NPA guy. So they will be like fighting to each other now. But now you look at these guys will be like in the middle. But I'm trusting the judge that he will make a correct decision based on what the witnesses will come on the box. Because I can tell you, there will still be a lot of contradiction on that thing.
Yes.
It will not stop.
Yes.
That will not stop. It will still carry on. And then, so now, what I liked about the judge, since this thing is going de novo, whatever they call it, so you look at many things. I can tell you now, this judge is going to be more observant on the way these guys are addressing themselves, the witnesses now. I mean, even when you're sitting watching a TV, you can see when someone is lying. I mean, you can really tell if, okay, this guy is talking nonsense. So it's going to be very interesting now. But I think I would love to see, because I think T4 is still very much interested in the case. As for me, maybe T4 initially sought to talk too much, but I think T4 has got a very interest in this case. However, he didn't represent himself correctly at the time when the case started. I think he just wanted to go straight to the point. He just rushed to the things. He should have just been patient. Things could have been different. But now, I'm worried. But although I'm trusting these lawyers, they look legit. They look like they're following the law to the T. So far, I'm happy with all of them. But I think they can be easily be bought. If this case is all about corruption, they could be easily be bought. So, because this case, it seems like it's got a lot of loopholes and it's got a lot of information that we don't even know. There's a lot of things going on there.
Yes.
Something happened very deep that we don't even know about. And they're trying by all means to all the angles. I mean, you look at the Chief Justice lying. I don't know whether he was lying, allegedly. I don't know. Maybe he was lying. Because now he said, no, the judge, it's not yet concluded, but we see the judge is already there. So what is that? So there's a lot of things that we don't know about in this case. I can tell you now, this is my opinion, guys. I can tell you now, those 5 guys, they are clean. They've got nothing to do with this case. However, we don't know what happened in the house. People that in the house, they know. So now, looking at this whole new setup, this guy is coming with another angle. There's a lot of things that is going to change. We might even see that 375 coming back. It's highly possible. We might see it coming back. There's so many things that because it's the judge. I can tell you, this judge, he knows something as well. This new judge, he knows something. He knows what he's dealing with. He knows exactly what he's doing. So let me not talk too much. I can say a lot because I've been following you guys. I've been following the case.
Okay.
So I always, every time on YouTube, I check what you say. I listen to you guys. I like what you're doing. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for the support.
Thank you. Let me just let the other guys talk.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's very interesting.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. While we're at it, guys, let's not forget to like the video. Hey, Mzansi Reality, hello. Hey, Mthokozisi. Mzansi Reality, hello. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Mr. Anonymous?
We're good, sir. We're good.
Yes, you're speaking to Anonymous 2.0 here.
I don't know what is going on, but for some weird reason you called and then someone is calling. I don't know.
Everybody now wants to call it.
Yeah, everybody's calling now. Can you call again? Please call again. Yes. Zansi, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. How are you? Yes, how are you, sir?
No, I cannot hear you properly. Can you hear me properly?
Yes.
Yes, we can. Okay,
yeah. Let me continue. I'm not going to say my name because I feel like this case is big. But I just heard you guys saying that there's a new judge and the case is going to start afresh from the beginning.
Yes.
Yes, according to me, this is just too obvious. These guys, they just want to like make sure that this case does not go anywhere. They just want all of us to lose interest in the end. I mean, imagine if you were one of those guys who testified, like the first guy I remember, the one who was in the house, like, I don't know if it's a friend of Senzo.
Yes.
They testified for all those months, they were crying, they were being great, and they say, no, forget everything, we're starting again from the beginning. I mean, come on. Like, come on, who does this? We must start again from, this is how we met, this is where we're going, this is what we're doing. Come on, let's be fair. And this is recorded. Now, you must say something else as opposed to what you said before about the same event. After 8 years, it's going to 10 years. This is just a waste of our tax money. This is a waste of resources. Like these guys, they know that there is no intention of getting to the truth. They're just going to beat around the bush, up and down, seek and hide, and then the case is going to go cold. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, just short and sweet. Yeah. I guess that's how we roll. I'm gonna call this one Emily. It's a lucky one because he called me. So I'm gonna call this one because I missed him. So on WhatsApp. Hello, Mzansi. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Anonymous.
Yes. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Hello, Sis Emily. Thank you for calling me back.
No, not a problem.
Okay. I just want to say thank you for the show that you're giving us. We really appreciate it. Pertaining to the case, I'm a bit hopeful about what happened today. I can see that the judge, at least, he is in the mood of working. I actually saw the difference between those people who really want to work and those people who really about dragging things. At least there's that element of humanity in him. He knows there are the likes of Untans, like Babasha Echede. You see, like he also needs to be afforded that opportunity with a pure page. You get me? So like now, my concern, just like the previous caller about the conflict of interest in the 8, I don't know, if the families, if it was possible, in my own opinion, if they could get together at least, and then like maybe they start like GoFundMe. I know we as South Africans, we are people who are willing to assist. If we are able to assist people like Abu Dr. Malinga, people like Abu Zola, I'm sure we can also do it for them. These people, like they are also like Abanye too, and they also need to be given a second chance. I'm sure we can do it, and I'm sure a lot of people, they see that like these people, they have nothing to do with this case allegedly. That's my contribution. Like I know we are kind-hearted people, South Africans.
Yes.
We can assist if push comes to shove. Yeah, if there is really, of which I know, what there is really this conflict of interest, that's where we need to come in with our humanity. We are tired of corruption. We are really, really tired. It's a heartful, corruption. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Yeah, I see that people are saying that I must address the issue of DIFO, whether he's still practicing or not. That question, I would like not to answer it at a hasty pace. I think it would be fair to take what he gave us as a person who's back.
Yes.
Now, if there's anything, then he should be the one to say that he's disbarred or not. In South Africa, what we have learned to see is that your status is what the people above want it to be. So if they want you to be active, they're going to call you active, and the media is going to sing active. If they do not want you active, then you are not active. Do you understand? If you listen to the media addresses him in a different. But I've been listening to him going to different medias as he's been correcting that all the time. So I would take it he's not. But what the media says is what the media says.
Mm-hmm. According to the media, that's what we will say.
The media, remember, as I said, I mean, you see, I don't normally listen to media a lot. I like doing my own investigations.
But according to the source
himself is fine. He's practicing. And he was there, as we are told, he was there in court. And if he's really was there in court, what was he there as a mere person?
No, he was there as a person because he wasn't robed this time around. So the presiding officer, the previous presiding officer.
Before Maumela left,
he was robed.
And wasn't it before? Was it before or after? We heard that is being departed.
It was
after, right?
Yes.
So that should, now you should open that eye of yours and analyze yourself what exactly is happening.
So yeah.
You are what I say you are.
Yes.
Unless I say otherwise.
So we're gonna take it from the source. The media can continue doing whatever they feel
Mzansi, hello.
they need to do.
Mzansi, hello.
Mzansi, hello. How are you?
How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm speaking to Slora from Cape Town.
Yes, if you can just get a sweet position so that we can hear you properly.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think you're using headset. I would assume you're using headset. But yeah, continue.
No, I'm not using headset. Just network, man.
Okay,
experiencing load shedding.
Yeah, this is South Africa, yeah.
South Africa, South Africa.
Yeah, man. I want to throw in my 2 cents there.
Yeah, no, shoot, man.
Yeah, I was impressed by the new judge, but I see the point that people are raising and about the conflict of interest.
Mm.
Yeah, it's possible, but it's can't always tight situation you find yourself to find some positive in it.
Mm.
You see, my concern about this conflict of interest, quickest person to pick the positive. The positive we must pick out of this. A lot of Senzo, Meyiwa's older brother is dealing with who are listening and safe. I'm sure people is there to fight to make sure that second target must be their life in the court. That's another positive we have to look at. You see, Meyiwa is fighting to make sure that second target has survived. Because he even said the other day on other interview, he said, I feel sorry for these boys. I really feel sorry because I know these boys didn't understand the I just use the scapegoat. So that's why I say careful is there to fight to make sure the second target survives. Let's watch anything, man. People must be positive, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I trust and even people Meyiwa and their cousin, they even said, as long as the case is in court, they are positive, they will get justice. They've been struggling for years to get this case in court. Now the case is in court. People must be positive. Okay, thanks for me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hey.
Yeah, you see, what I've learned this year is that certain things can be done for certain reasons. It's a story for another day. And you see, the problem is that we have certain people who view things a certain way, which is okay, and we also have others who view things the different ways. We believe in this court system, in this law system that we have.
Yes.
But has it become the animal that we cannot maintain?
It has people that are making sure that we can't maintain.
I was listening to Advocate Skakane, some of the speech that he had, and like it was he, in fact, talking about something like that. Is it still law? And I've always cried about is it our law, but is it still law? Is it still what we aimed to achieve? I would like to see what we aimed to achieve when we created the law system of South Africa. Are we achieving that?
It's not ours. Let us start there. It's not even ours.
Well, we have given people a chance to talk. Please subscribe. Please like the video. I think it's time for us to adjourn.
Yeah, it's time to wrap it up. You guys, thank you so much for calling. I always appreciate the calls because they help with having that different opinion or that different mindset or different view. You know, I always love hearing from you guys because it's so refreshing. You know, sometimes when we record, I feel like I'm going crazy because I'm like, why aren't people seeing this? And I'm arguing with people on social media and they're not getting what I'm getting. So it's always refreshing to hear your calls and you hear your voices. Thank you so much for calling and supporting the platform. And please continue until we reach the end of this journey, because it looks like it's going to be a very long one. And
we have other videos that might not be related to this case.
Oh yes, other topics we do cover.
Are related though to a bit of law in South Africa.
Yeah.
Do watch those videos. I know that it's not Senzo's case, but there is always a bit of wisdom that you get from such, because you get to see whether what is done on the right is being done on the left. And if that is the case, if what is done on the right is rotten, is it rotten also on the left? And you get to get a clear view of what our law system is indeed.
And what actually is happening in our country.
In our country, because you need to understand.
The after effects. I know with the Senzo Meyiwa trial, it's a big case, it's a big thing. But the after effects are hitting the common man at the lower ground.
Yes.
And,
yes.
And most of the time we try to cover that aspect of the after effects of the law on a person who has no money, a person who can't afford legal representation, a person in the community who's trying to survive. So we do cover such topics. So we'd really appreciate it if you guys also engage with that material as well and tell us what you think. It's very important that we talk about these issues in an entertaining way, of course. In an entertaining way, because if we just become so serious and stiff, we'd be depressed. I'm gonna need a